Remember that time when you were in a dangerous situation and maybe you were not old enough to be able to actually understand what is happening and you were unprotected. You didn't have any protection around you. You had to become that protector yourself. So that dangerous situation that you had to go through is a blessing. And if you are wondering why you, if you are wondering why couldn't just be done with, if you are wondering does it get better, those are all valid questions. But when you come to the other side of everything that you've been through, overcoming that dangerous situation, overcoming all of the trauma, just being able to actually go on with your life, it will feel like you are the only one who's going through this. It will feel like no one can understand you. It will feel like you will be alone for the rest of your life. That people will push you away if you tell them the truth about what you may have gone through or how you're really feeling. When in reality, all of those things, all of those fears that are building up in your head, in your mind, those are all false alarms because you are so used to always being on guard. You are so used to always looking over your shoulder that you're thinking the next attack will come from the people who are closest to you, from the people that you have been vulnerable with, and from the people that you care about. Not to say that people are not perfect, not to say that sometimes we cannot trust. Yes, sometimes people do betray. But when someone who has been through something so dramatic and excruciating, not trusting someone and not believing someone actually hurts you more. Because when you start to trust other people, you learn to actually trust yourself. And healing only happens in groups. Healing only happens when you have a safe relationship with someone else. So even though you may be going through an isolation, maybe you are just kind of by yourself, but you will not be able to heal just by yourself. You will not be able, it's not enough to just sit there and process your feelings. You have to actually develop relationships with people, and you have to be able to start trusting other people so that way you can relate, that way you can communicate your thoughts, your deep thoughts. That way you can be reflected upon from this other person. And in today's world, for some reason, everyone wants to be so independent. Everyone wants to be so secluded. Everyone wants to put on this front like they don't need anyone, right? Everyone is becoming like robots. And the art of friendships, the art of communication is really dying out. And social dynamics really matter to your mental well-being, to how you feel about yourself, to your self-esteem and your confidence. Because you could heal by yourself all you want. But once you get into that friendship or once you get into that relationship, you will not know what exactly you're needing to do, you needing to improve on until those people will reveal that to you. And I know the most scary thing about it is how are you able to deal with those triggers when you have these type of friendships and when you have new relationships. And I think that's the most scary part for most of us is how will you be able to take care of those triggers? How will you be able to overcome them? And you will be, because if you have healed enough by yourself, if you're able to regulate yourself for most of your time alone, then with other people, you can still do the same. You can still apply the same principles, you can still apply the same lessons with other people. And that's all you need to do. There's no need to overthink it, there's no need to try to trust someone when you're not ready. You just do it gradually. You just do it organically. You do it slowly. You allow to have a balance between the two of you, an equal give and take, and then beautiful things come out of it, right? The dangerous stuff you've been through, it's not on your mind as much. You're actually enjoying your present day life. You're actually learning about yourself more. You're actually becoming more of yourself than you were when you were alone. So there's a lot of positivity in friendships and making connections in groups and community and making sure that you're being social, making sure that you are communicating with people. Don't stay to yourself. A lot of people making it seem like it's a cool thing to do nowadays. You need to forget about everybody, focus on your goals and focus on your success. And then they forget about friendships. They forget about their social life. And then they become depressed. And then they're not even able to have any success in their life. Everything that you pay with your independence, you will have to then make up for it later in life. So if you want to be able to have a sustainable long-term success, learn how to balance friendships right now while you are still working on your business, while you are still doing everything that you need to do. Don't listen to these people that want to give you something that is so dramatic and so one-sided that they know it will work. Yes, it will work short term. You will be able to run that business 24/7 if you don't have any social life without getting burned out, say for example, right? But and then in 2 years, you look around, there's nobody around you, and you're feeling more depressed, you're feeling less motivated, you're feeling less confident. And it's a gimmick. Real time business people, real time successful people always make sure that they have a balance in their life. They always make sure that they have friendships, real safe friendships, that they socialize, that they go out, they take a break. So I don't ever want you to get stuck in this mindset that you need to be alone in order to heal, that the isolation mode has to last for years in order for you to actually start processing and feeling safe enough. Your sense of safety of the world will only be solidified in friendships, in safe friendships, in communities, in groups of people that you can trust. And if you are having anxiety or fear around that, just trust yourself that you will be able to stand up for yourself, that you will be able to overcome all of the conflicts that you need to overcome in order to make sure that you maintain the social life and maintain these friendships. So don't be so afraid to try. Everything that has happened to you, it's a blessing because you're now able to look at the world in a different way that a lot of people don't. And that's totally okay. You're able to think in a different way. You're able to maneuver in a different way. And that's what makes you so special. So that dangerous thing that happened to you, that you had overcome, I want you to be able to use that in today's world in the most best way possible and apply it to your friendships, apply it to your community, apply it to the groups of people that you can surround yourself with, and truly just get to enjoy yourself and get to enjoy life that you so much deserve.